So first we need to test. So we need to add a test and check if we have original size, and also we have image data, and we have the compressed. So I think we have here twice. So we need the compressed. So this one we need compressed, not original. So to compressed, and we need also, so that's all, the original sized image data and compressed size. So if we have these three properties, so what we need to do, so we need first to get file extension. So let's define a variable here, file extension, and to get the file extension, so let's see here. So as you can see, we have name. So we need to use a method, JavaScript method called split. So we need to split this this name using the dot, and we will get everything after the dot, which is the extension. So to do that, let's use the file name dot, as I said, split, and we split it with the dots, and we call another method which is pop. Okay, so now we can get everything after the dot, which is the extension. Now we have the file extension. Next we need to define another one, which is the compressed image. So to download the image, so you need to add, so we will add a text, we can call it text, so we can download the image, because here we are returning the image as base 64. Like, let's go again to our controller. So here it's base 64 image. So to download it, we need to add, let's call it a text. So we use data colon image and slash, and we concatenate it with the file extension. But let's do something. So since we have here variables, so we need the backticks, and as I said, we need file extension, and we need to add that it is base 64, and what else, we need to use the image data, which is this one that we have here. So we use first data colon image and slash and file extension, and here semicolon and the base 64, and finally the image data. Okay, so now we have the compressed image. So next, what we need to do, we need to update the data.file info. So why we update the file info, this objects that we have already added here. So this objects, we will use it to display the details. So as we have seen here when we compress an image, so we have here the details of the image, which is the compressed size and original size, and also the name of the file, as you can see here. Okay, so the name of the file, and the before and after, and the download link. Okay, so we are using the file info object to display this information. So let's move down. So as I said, so we give file info the objects, and objects will contain the original size because we need it, compressed size, and file name, so we can display file name. Okay, so next, what we need, so we need to define link. So using this link, so you can download our image. Okay, so we can use document.create, so create element, and we create the element which is the link. Next, we need to give this link href, and will be the compressed image. okay? Compressed image, this one that we have here. Next, we need to download the link. So you need to use link.download, and we give it file name. So using file name, so you'll give name to the file that we download. Next, we use documents.body.append. So we append child, which is the link to the body. And finally, we add a link.click. So you will not, as I have done here, so you will not click on the link to download, but it will be downloaded automatically. Okay, so that's why we use here link.click. Okay, and finally we use document.body.remove child, and we removed child, which is the link. Okay, that's all. So here, if we don't have all of this, so we can display an error message, and we will see later why it's not showing. So we tossed an error message, and we say that something went wrong, try again later, same thing, and we save. That's all. Okay, so let's try and see if it will work or not. So here we have a missing semicolon. Where is it? So let's see, original image. So I think something wrong here inside this one. So let's see what is the problem. So here we have a missing arrow. So let's add missing arrow here and save again. So now we have fixed this problem. Let's see, let's choose for example 80. Let's choose, so here we have JPEG and JPG. So let's change it to, where is the form or the input component? So we have the web JPEG, so it's the same, so we can use only one. So let's use here PNG, and here PNG, and here we can use JPG, and here JPG. So save. Let's use it uppercase here, PNG. So let's save and see. So here we have JPNG or PNG. Let's choose level. Let's make it JPG. Let's drag and drop a file. For example, this one. Let's hit compress. And as you can see, we have here our file compressed. Okay. So as you can see, we have 219 kilobytes. So let's check the console and check the network, and here, so we have the file name, we have the image data, the original size is 2 megabytes and compressed size is 219 kilobytes. Okay, this is our file. So now we can compress and download the images. Let's try again. So let's choose this file and hit compress. And here is our file, and we are done. Okay. So what is left? So we need to display details done. But before we do that, so sometimes there is something that happens when you choose again. So if we choose file again when we click, so if we choose this file, so sometimes it doesn't change here. It doesn't change, so the file doesn't change. So if you face this kind of problem and you choose a file and it doesn't change, so you can fix this problem. So from here, so on file change, so on the drop, so it will not happen, but when we choose a file, so sometimes it happens. Okay, so to solve this problem, so it's easy, just add here event.target dot value, and we give it an empty string. Okay, so that's solution for this problem. So if you face, as I told you, this problem, okay, so now, as I said, so we need to display the details here. So we need to add another component like we have seen here and display the details. So we'll display the name, the before and after, but the download is done automatically without a link. Okay,